we knew about it other than from the picture on Google image that was 10 years old. And that was, and for me, we live in SoCal. This location is like 7 to 8 hours up north. So just based on one picture that was over 10 years old, we were just like, okay, let's just have a leap of faith, and so we just went. It's really one of the craziest thing we ever did. But and so it's like, it could all be for nothing actually. That like the drive, like the gas amount spent, or even like I could even be like all dressed and go to location just to realize that, oh, okay, it's like out of bounds now. But we tried to do whatever we could. So it's like before that we actually called the town council up, or like, I'm not sure which one was it. I think it was the town council because he was the one who did the calling, and so it's like we actually got permission for it. And so when we went over there, it was a really suitable location for us, because it's like what we wanted was really that gray, saturated, and sort of lonely sort of place. So it's like, and this was also when I did like my blood shoot. So for Zero's costume, I actually did 2 sets. One is the one you saw earlier on whereby I just kept that clean with the one with the details, and I made another one just so I could go trigger happy with it. Literally. Yeah, so it's like, before that we actually prepared like 5 to 8 gallons of fake blood. Yeah, and so it's like I had a friend in NorCal, so it's like I got him to come help to be my blood splasher. And he had a really good time with it. And I was like, just like doing this, he was like, Niels, are you ready? Are you ready? You're not ready yet? Okay. Yeah. But I mean, it was a fun and relatively really hard to clean up too. So it's like if you notice, like I try to not have any lower half body shots. Is because we actually have like a big piece of canvas, so that we try to not like dirty the place too much, because it is a private property, and so if there is any scenes, we would get into a lot of trouble. Yeah. But then again, it's like it was also during this time that something actually quite peculiar happened too, whereby like suddenly like a police car came in and we were like, oh shit. It's like, but the thing is, did you see the picture? Yeah, I did. I spent here that, I don't know. So it just so happened that, like one of the neighbors around saw us coming in, and I was just like, it was me with two other cosplayer friends who wanted to take some photos too. A photographer and a helper. And the neighbor actually called the police up because they thought that we were going to go in to do drugs. And we were like, really? I don't know how, but I would like to know how, actually. It actually kind of makes me curious, like, I'm like dressed like that, why would I come here to do drugs? It takes too much effort. It takes too much effort, it takes me 2 hours to get into that. Okay, so that is kind of all for like the location part, and then after that I will go more into portrayal. For me, I'm really specific about portrayals. Like, so for me, it's kind of like, does my character smile or not? And if yes, what kind of smile is it? Is it like a gentle sort of smile, or like a skinny sort of smile, or energetic or evil, or something like that? So it's like, so for Zero, you can tell she's a character with many expressions. So it's like I try to explore most of So from the left, it's kind of like a normal, don't mess with me sort of expression. And then you have her, I don't know, her, come here, let me slash you. So small. And her, when she's in her, I would like to say her blood mode or like a berserk mode, whereby she has like more crazy sort of look in her eyes. So it's like, this is something that I do very personally, but actually every day, right after I bathe and while I'm just like blowing my hair, I just try to practice my expressions. I know it's kind of creepy, but it's kind of I'm sorry, I'm kind of like embarrassed by doing that too. But yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that, okay? Go now. Okay, so finale, or the end of this panel is, yes, those are my dark history. This is me before I started, when I started cosplay like 14 years ago. And don't ask me why I thought posing on top of a toilet bowl was cool. I don't know why, okay? But yeah, I thought it was cool. So it's like, the cosplay circle has definitely grown considerably since when I first started like 14 years ago. And of course I grew old too at the same time. Sadly, yeah. You can't tell, because I'm Asian. Yeah, but actually it's like, I was a very unconfident child when I was young, so my brother always like bullies me, he calls me ugly, so it's like, and so it actually took a lot for me to even start cosplaying. I was first introduced by my classmate in school because she was already into like the J-rock scene at that point of time. She was also like my main influence of why I started to go to conventions. I mean, also I have my brother to thank because like ever since young he has been influencing me with playing games or like playing manga. Even though like as we grew older, he went more towards the Western route, whereby I still see on anime again, yay! and that sort of thing. So it's like so when I first started cosplaying, because like I was still really weak and very unconfident, and so it's like but I was just like, since my friends are also doing it, that helps to boost me up a bit. So when I first started, I was just filled with like a lot of hesitance because I was just like, 2D characters to me, they are perfect. I'm not, but I want to do my best in my strength, what I can do to actually try to bring forth like the character as well as I can. I guess that was what helped to develop this habit of being very particular in many areas. And so it's kind of like even though for each step, you start small, you start slow, but everything you do, it is a learning progress. So it's like I hope that everyone will continue down this path, and continue to have fun and cosplay too. And again, I must say, that even though I am in the scene for 14 years, I never believed, even for once, that I am good enough to stop learning. Yeah, that's it. Sorry, I was really nervous. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this panel. Yeah.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have plenty of time.
Any questions? Yeah.
What's the hardest part about taking an image from essentially 2D to 4D? Whether it's off the page or strictly a TV show or a movie, what do you find to be the hardest part of getting it from that where you can't go up? I mean, it's not like you're going to find any of these characters walking around anywhere. So what part do you find to be the most difficult in getting it from that flat image to what you can wear?
I guess it really depends a lot on the design. Let's just say if the 2D image, okay, let's just say, let's go to, like say wigs. I guess because like many anime characters, they have like gravity-defying wigs. yeah, seriously, they have just like, what's with that curl? You know, it stinks. it just hangs there, you know? So it's like, basically it comes down to a lot of like construction. Okay, let's just say, they say for like Sailor Moon, okay? Like usually like, you know, at the end of her two ponytails, there are like some
Curls.
ridiculously big curls like sometimes in certain images. And so it's like, how are you going to do that? So it's like, what I have learned over the years is that, and what I've seen some cosplayers do is that they actually like build like a piece within the wig and extend it out. So it could be like craft related because it definitely needs to be lightweight. So they extended it out to the bottom, and then they use like a thin piece of wire to back the craft foam to make out the curl, and then they would paste like wefts of the wig around it so that it has that feel. Or I mean, things like that you can be applied to Rosen Maiden's Shinku as well. Either that or Kill la Kill's, I forgot her name.